Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the natural. AO Tennis 2 is out now. You can find a link in the description below. And there are a number of people checking out the game for the very first time. While many will play modes like scenarios and Australian Open, most will spend the bulk of the time in the game's career mode. So to help you guys get started, we put together some tips for getting the most out of your career experience. From making sure your player stays healthy to getting the best results on the court, here are 5 things that will help you reach the top ranks in career mode. This early look at AO Tennis 2 was made possible by Big Interactive. Alright, let's get right into it. While you may want to jump right into tournaments at the start of your career, I strongly advise against it. If you get right into a tournament, especially if you're playing on a skill level above rookie or amateur, you're going to find yourself losing almost every match. By getting the training in for the first few weeks, you'll get a nice jump in attributes to make sure you're ready for when the matches start. Now, if you do decide to train and want to hammer out some easy ones to start, I suggest trying Target Multiplier. As long as you have some sort of on-court competence, it should be no problem to level up your different shots. Another one worth trying is Counting Numbers, but just know you have to hit the proper number dead on. Going over and you won't pass the training. So big tip, first one, do not jump right into tournaments. Take your time, get your training in first. Now this may contradict the previous point a bit, but you need to make sure you're getting adequate rest. When you're setting your schedule, it can be easy to just schedule event after event after event without giving it a second thought. After all, why wouldn't you want to be on the court as much as possible, especially at the start of your career? The problem with that is that the more you play without taking a break, the more prone you are to fatigue or possible injury. Lucky the game will warn you if you're getting too close to severe fatigue. There's also a measurement of fatigue when looking at the various events in the planner, so make sure your players get an adequate sleep or you're going to find yourself sidelined with an injury. Like any professional athlete, you can't go through your career alone. You're going to need some help along the way. AO Tennis 2 allows players to pay for extra coaches and trainers to improve their skill on the court. Coaches increase the amount of skill received when training, while trainers help you with your technique in order to reduce fatigue while training. On top of that, you can even hire nutritionalists, sports scientists, and medical staff to make sure you stay in playing shape. While it's not completely necessary to spend all your money on help right away, you're going to find out after a few months that you'll need the added benefits of a support team if you want to work your way up the world rankings. One of the features on the court in AO Tennis 2 is the reaction system. Throughout a match, you can choose whether to react in a negative or positive way to what's happening on the court. While it may be fun to constantly act like a spoiled brat every match, you need to be aware that you're always being watched and monitored. The reactions you have on the court impact any possible sponsorship you may earn. If you act like a jerk every match, that may cost yourself that lucrative racket deal or maybe even a car sponsorship. On the other hand, if you act like a true professional, even in defeat, you may find yourself getting larger deals sooner than later. It's okay to show your emotions, just be careful how and when you do it. After all, you don't want to be getting messages that you play as poorly as you act, do you? At least not until you made it to the big time anyway. And our last tip for the day, you need to make sure you keep good track of your spending. When you finally start bringing in big money from tournaments, it can be really easy to let loose and start spending it all on skill upgrades, but be careful. You'll need to make sure you have the money to get to tournaments throughout the year. So not only do you need to have money for travel, but money for hotels and transportation at the events is very important. The more comfortable you make yourself while traveling, the quicker you can recover from travel fatigue, which will keep you from getting hurt. Now, if you don't have the money, you may be forced to skip events that require long distance travel. Instead, you end up stuck playing in smaller tournaments close by you until you can earn the funds back. Oh, and don't spend all your money on attributes at the beginning of your career either. Saving your money at the start will allow you to build your support team much quicker than most. It may hurt you on the court for the first few weeks, but the training improvements you can pay for right off the bat will make up for the early struggles in no time. Hopefully these tips helped you get the best of your career in AO Tennis 2. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe for more news, tips, and gameplay from all of your favorite sports games here at SGO. This is The Natural. I'm out.